one, we await your orders. You need but to ask it of us, and it shall be done.
The most enjoyable thing now might be taking over the world.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Overlord, where last time we got to see Shalltear, the vampire, go out, dunk on random humans out there who have no power to compete with her, and yet still kind of fail to catch everyone as people just continually evade her. She's not very great at keeping a lid on things. Additionally, she was captured, or at least, as was explained, mind controlled at the last second by someone that she killed. So now she is a hostile NPC out in the middle of the woods, and they are planning to figure a way to deal with it.
Yep.
I think that covers most of what happened, yeah?
Yep.
We also saw a character who will be a recurring character run away after failing to fight Shalltear. That'll come up later, I'm sure.
Brain.
Right, Brain. But that won't happen until next season, I think. He's just gone for now.
Yep.
So for right now, Theta, you got any thoughts? What's on your mind?
I don't remember what happens this episode.
I don't either, but knowing how things build up, I think this is going to be a lot of the anticipation and setup for the fight, and then the fight happens next time.
Well, we both know the fight takes 2 episodes. This is a 13-episode season. We're on episode 11. So, means we're not at the fight yet.
Right. So, yeah, it could just be the last 2 episodes here.
Could be. It is. I just told you it is. We both know it is.
We both kind of know. A lot of the very specifics of the fight kind of elude me. I remember there being some trick involved, but that's like 3 episodes down the line. We'll worry about that later.
Not really.
Like I said, it's been a while, and we'll just discuss it when it happens. As for now, I say we just go ahead and watch. Pondering thy orb.
まさかゴッツアイテムを使う事態に陥っているとは。
アインズ様。
なんだなベラル、今は取り込み中だと。いや、なんでもない。どうしたのだ。
There's that aura thing you keep talking about.
冒険者組合の組合長アインザックの使いが参りまして、エランテル近郊に出現したヴァンパイアの件で早急に組合まで来てほしいとのことです。
わかった。これから向かうと伝えろ。
There we go. That's the setup for him interacting with the humans and trying to evade their questions, I think.
Oh no, it's about getting in front of it. You get the intel that the humans have, because obviously somebody did this. And also making sure that you can keep other people away from her, so that, you know, you're the only one dealing with it.
Right, otherwise he'll reveal too much information, or otherwise just get a lot of people killed for no reason.
Well, I don't think that matters to him.
I think it does slightly, in terms that he wants to get something out of it.
Right, I mean, he doesn't care about people dying, though.
Right, he cares, as he said in the previous couple of fights, everyone is tools to him, and it's inconvenient that somebody chose to kill them.
I mean, more so that he wants to figure out the situation, and other people messing with it dilutes what's going on. He needs the information. He doesn't care about people walking in and dying. I think the major risk currently is that another player did it, which I believe is his fear.
Right. I think he's definitely going to explain that.
多忙なミスリルの君たちが急な招集に応じてくれたことに感謝する。早速だが本題に入ろう。昨晩、エランテル近郊の森でアイアンクラスの冒険者7人がヴァンパイアとおぼしきモンスターと遭遇し、5人が殺害された。生き残りの話では、 外見は金髪で
There's a lot of names. Remember every single one of
強
them.
く残っていたそうだ
No, what I'm trying to think now is he said several.
ヴァ
Oh,
ンパ
right,
イアは
never
対
mind.
象を吸血
A lot of time people say several, and I think it to mean seven.
奴がこのエランテルに侵入したら一大事だ
Look, I didn't invent the word.
共同墓地の事件と関係が。
ああ、昨晩モモンさんが解決したという。
あの程度の働きでミスリルとは羨ましい限りだ。
おい、よさないか。
昨晩の
all
ボ
the
スの一件
politicking.
は死亡者の遺留品からズーラーノーンの仕業だと判明している
ズーラーノーン。あのアンデッドを使う秘密結社か。ならばやはりヴァンパイアと関係
That
が。
secret society that we all knew the leader's
だ
name.
が判断するには情報が少なすぎる。
ま、
It's an open secret, you see.
ヴァンパイアが確認された付近に洞窟があることが分かっているまずはそこに偵察隊を
そのヴァンパイアとズーラーノンとは関係がない。
何か知っているのかね
そのヴァンパイアの名はホニョペニョと
は
ホニョペニョコだ。
その捕虜を
It's not the name you just
そ
said.
のヴァンパイアの名をなぜ君が知っている
私がずっと追っているやつだからだ。少々因縁があってな、かなり強い。偵察は私のチームで行う。もしその場にいたのなら私が滅ぼそう。
何をバカな。
自信はあるのかね
切り札はある。魔封じの水晶だ。第8位階魔法が
Another cash shop item.
第8位階神話の領域ではないか
くだらない。嘘に決まっている。
鑑定を受けてもいいが、そんな時間はないはずだ。
So you want me to break it?
その話は後で構わない。ただし、
If I trap one of these other adventurers here, that would definitely prove it.
いちいち力を証明するのも面倒だからな。
なるほど
No, I think the implication is that
足
it's
手まとい
sealing
はいらない。
the 8th level spell.
お前
Not
みた
that
いな
it
血のものを
seals
信用
something
でき
within
る
it.
な。大体そのヴァンパイアが本当に強いかどうかも不明ではないか。
よせイグバルジ。
さっきからその態度はないだろう。
構わないさ。ただついてきたら確実に死ぬぞ。
I'll make sure of it.
Yeah, I think the little eye glowing definitely seals that.
この話しやがらぶっ殺す。
私は警告をした。
Yeah, why
そ
would you
してお前
still
はそれ
come?
に従わなかった。ならばこれがお前が選んだ選択肢の結果だ。甘んじて
Imagine if you did this to a player in a D&D game, by the way. I'm gonna go investigate anyway. Alright, well they tie you to a tree and they bash your head in.
Yep, they are all 50 levels higher than you. You can't win any roll, and you will die.
You know, give a saving throw.
すべて回収せよ。冒険
I was
者
just
の上
watching
位
a
アンデ
video
ッドの
about
媒介
people
になり得
complaining
るか
about the
実験
Tomb
を
of
する。
Horrors.
かしこまりました。
If you don't get a saving throw, it's a fucking Tomb of Horrors.
Alright, you know what would be absolutely hilarious? He leaves the dead body there, someone decides to speak with Dead with it 3 seasons on, and reveals literally everything
アインズ様
instantly.
のペットであるならば、ご許可なしに食べられたりしないわ。
よろしくお願いするでござるよ、ナベラル殿。
よし、では行くぞ、アルベド。
I don't know, I think Speak with Dead's probably too high level for most people in this world.
True, true.
Well, you remember this is the one guy who could make one Death Knight. And that was it.
シャルティア、言い訳の言葉もなく、さらにはアインズ様に無礼を。
静まれ。これはまさかありえるのか。信じられん。アンデッドであるシャルティアがなぜという疑問は残るが、ここで戦闘が起き、何者かに精神支配を受けた。
Where are all the bodies from the
何かが
battle?
起きて命令が与えられぬまま置かれた。そんなところか。
She is a
こ
lamprey,
れを使うのは
remember?
少々もったいないが、シャルティアの精神支配を手っ取り早く無効化するとしよう。
それ
But I think it's implied that
超レアアイテ
they
ム
don't go near her because the fear is that
超威魔法
she'll interact with anything
ミッションポー
nearby.
スターを3度まで使うことが
And
できる。
clearly she died around where the
これ
bodies
手に入れ
were,
るために
so...
夏のボーナス全部勝手にガチャにぶち込んだんだよな。
超威魔法。
Always love it where he just flexes his money.
来獣以下を超えたところにある究極の魔法。
That's all he did in real life, remember? He's just
そうだ。
worked.
だが魔法というよりスキルに
Because
近
the
い。
future world he comes from is a
NP 消
ruin.
費がない代わりに1日の使用回数制限がある上、発動にも時間がかかる。
Work in
しか
MMO.
もリキャストタイムは課金アイテムですら短縮できない。だがこの指輪は 発動時間をゼロにする上に経験値消費もなしにできるアイテムなの。
Wow, what a power gamer, right?
Because you never watched Isekai Quartet, right?
No, I haven't.
Because the implication made there is that a number of Isekai people come from the same world. Lions come from the same person, same Earth as.
Oh, now here we go.
Beautiful world. What is the one? The kid steals underwear.
Yeah.
What's it called?
No idea. But important thing did just happen, where they just explained is a above mythical or god level magic item, and he's combined multiple ones, and then it didn't work. That chair is working overtime.
What chair?
The one that keeps manipulating him. Or no, it's the staff, isn't it?
No, it's him being a lich. There's no item he's carrying is doing it. It's his status as being an undead. What chair?
No, I'm pretty sure at some point they explained it's the chair that's actually doing it, the one he goes back to sit to.
No, otherwise he wouldn't be doing it to him right now. He's a lich. Him being undead means he's not supposed to have emotions.
現在ナザリックは最大級の警戒を要している。貴様らも行動をもって思考の御方々への忠誠を示せ。
Ein's Tanya the Evil. That's the main character from the one. Apparently, you know the name of it, but you can't tell either.
創造主の期待に背くものなど存在する必要はありません。
Oh, ReZero. They're all from the same Earth. Isekai, two other realities.
セバス様、私たちも早急にナザリックへ戻った方が。
いいえ、我々は任務を続行せよとのご命令です。このまま王都へ向かいましょう。アインズ様は偉大なるお方。シャルティア様のこともきっと良きようにお計らいくださるでしょう。
To the Gold Horde.
They kill and resurrect planes. Costs money to resurrect people.
アインズールゴーンの指輪で転移しないと入れませんから。
それもそうだな。
You gotta be a guild member to access the guild bank.
確か、かくて汝、全世界の栄光を我がものとし、暗き者はすべて汝より離れ去るだろう、だったか？この先の霊廟が目的地だ。
霊廟でございますか？
Right, collecting all the weapons of the other guild members.
Right.
Oh, and also meeting his shame.
パンドラスアクター、宝物店の領域守護者にして、私やデミウルゴスたちと同等の強さと頭脳を持ち、アインズ様の恩手によって創造されたものです。
まあな。
ナザリックの財政面の責任者と認識しています。
Our finance is a thing that's not mentioned 3 seasons hence.
タブラスマラグディナ様、そんな、いや、違う、何者。たとえ思考の御方のお姿に気配を真似ようとも、想像してくださった方までは間違えたりしません。そう。
Imagine choosing that as your avatar.
I was about to say the same thing. It's like, wow, what an appearance. Now imagine being Ainz and making this guy.
おいでいただきました。私の想像したるモモンガ様。
お前も元気そうだな。
はい。元気にやら
I
せ
think
て
the
いただ
most
いて。
more embarrassing thing is
ところで今回は
I really had a thing for German history at some
どう
point.
されたのでしょうか。
Ainz used to be an internet edgelord.
ワールドアイテム世界を変えるラン強大な力思考のラン方々の偉大さの証ナザリックの最後に眠る秘宝の数々がついに力を振るう時が来たと
うん、その通りだ。強欲と無欲、主義エイヤの杯、幾億の刃、参賀者食図を持っていくつもりだ。
はっ、承知しましたモモンガ様。
Arming up with literally everything.
私の名はアインズと呼ぶように、アインズール・ゴウンだ。
おお、受けたまわりました。私の創造主、アインズ様。
Suppose nobody ever finds it weird or addresses it at any point that Momonga
don't look at my
has
dark
taken
past with such cold eyes.
that Momonga has taken the name of the guild as his own name. Nobody ever talks about it.
いかがなさいました
では行くぞ。
The spell's still working overtime today.
アインズ様、そしてお嬢様方。
お嬢様、私は守護者統括ユリア・プレアデスの副リーダーです。そのような軽々しい呼び方は慎むよう私からもぜひお願いします。
Yeah, but without me, you don't get paid.
バラのように
Chief of Finances.
可憐なお姿につい。
おい、ちょっとこっちに来い。俺はお前の創造者だ。そうだな。
その通りでございます、アインズ様。
だったらな。
The second-hand embarrassment.
敬礼はやめないか。うん、ほら、なんというか。変じゃないか。
You know how off-putting this would be in reality if this was like to really happen? No, I mean from a real philosophical perspective, right? God doesn't make mistakes. You're created exactly as He meant to be.
And then God comes by and goes, no, 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 that's all wrong.
Stop doing it. You're a fuck up. That would be terrible. You would like probably kill yourself, right?
This is more embarrassing than riding a huge hamster.
Literally, the God of all creation, the infallible God, is telling you to stop because
he's too embarrassed by you.
I don't think
honestly, if I could embarrass an all-powerful being, I would be so happy.
I don't know, Griff. I just think we guys are taking two different ways. I'm trying to be real serious.
I know
real
you
serious
are.
about it. Okay.
But I definitely see what you're saying. It's definitely a very emotional moment for them, I think.
Oh no, they never take it that way. That's why I said if you were taking it seriously.
Yeah. I'm definitely in Ain's perspective, of course, that it's so heavily embarrassing for him.
I'm just saying it's very much the crux of many a actual philosophical debate that God doesn't make mistakes. And then you put that up against that we're made in God's image. And then to have something like that happen to you would destroy you.
Oh yeah. Considering everyone here puts their absolute complete faith in the player characters.
どうした？
いいえ、何も。
ほら、空白の席があるだろ。あそこに私の像が置かれる予定なのだよ。
You're gonna leave us?
そのようなことはおっしゃらないで。言わないでください。アイン様、最後にお残りになられた。
Not considering things from their point of view at all.
We need you to never die.
Oh, because obviously he's thinking about it from his perspective as the player in the video game. Because
it's like, oh yeah, I'll complete my collection.
Because he wouldn't actually say that about himself, right? I'm gonna put myself there when I... What? You can't retire because it's the real world now. So, he clearly only said it in the perspective of him playing a video game.
違う。聞いてくれ。シャルティアの精神を支配したワールドアイテムの効果は絶対だ。それを防ぐにはこちらもワールドアイテムを所持する必要がある。
だからこそここのワールドアイテムをお取りに来られたのですよね。
そうだ。だがそれは守護者たちに持たせるためだ。実のところシャルティアを救う手段はあるのだ。
それは
ワールドアイテムの中でも破格の効果を持つ20と呼ばれる20個のアイテム。その中の一つがこの奥。
I'm still here just going, this is as serious as it could possibly be.
強大な力であるがゆえに。
I mean, because if they did it to Shoutier, what stops them
こ
from
の
doing
世
it to
界にも
him?
ワールドアイテムが存在し、敵とおぼしき存在が所持していると分かった以上、今その切り札を使うのはためらわれるのだ。
If it happened to him, there's no way the Guardians would be able to save
情け
him.
ない主人だ。
そのようなことはありません。ワールドアイテムは思考の恩方々の労力によって集められたもの。その価値は私どもよりも高いと思われます。
アルベド、先のお前の言葉に沈黙で返した理由を聞かせよう。私はシャルティアと短期で戦うつもりでいる。そのため生きて帰れるかはわからないからだ。
お待ちください。シャルティアと戦うのはわかります。放置は最も愚策だということも。しかしであれば数で押しつぶせばよいではないですか。なぜ御身一人で戦われるというのですか。
違うんだアルベド。ただそうだな、理由は3つある。1つは私がお前たちの主人としてふさわしいのか疑問を抱いたからだ。冷静にユグドラ知るプレイヤーがいる可能性について考えるのならば、ワールドアイテムの存在も考慮すべきだった。
That you can share that. I think I'm a bad leader. Well, I'd follow you anyways.
ここにいらっしゃるだけで価値があります。それに及ばずながら私どもが補佐させていただきます。
2つ目の理由は罠である可能性が高い。
罠ですか。
シャルティアはおとりであり、その周囲には伏兵がいる可能性がある。そういった場合、少数で行くと敵もまたこちらの伏兵を警戒しなければならなくなる。そして最後の理由、シャルティアを殺すからだ。
ならば私が行きます。私がシャルティアを殺します。
Like she wants to
お前に
anyway.
勝算はあるのか。シャルティアは強い。
I do really like this twist of things, where so far this has been like high power fantasy. It's like, yes, everything under my control is so overpowered, nothing this world can possibly challenge us, except one of my own minions.
And he doesn't exactly know how strong he himself is yet, because he's not been tested.
And at least as a player, it's like, okay, so I need to take on something I designed as a raid boss solo.
しかし間違えてもいる。お前たちの知識は与えられただけのものにしか過ぎないのだな。
It is also great that this is all an accident.
ナザリック
None of
最
this
高
was
の
meant
支
to
配
happen.
者とお前たちが呼ぶ存在が伊達ではないことを教えてやろう。性能だけに頼る者などに負けるものか。そして何より私とペロロンチーノさんは仲が良かった。戦闘は始まる前に終わっているということだ。
Yeah, I mean, I didn't fuck with Shoutier's code like I did you. Not.
もはやお引き止め
What? What are we talking about?
ただ最後にお約束ください。必ずここに戻ってくると。
I literally just told you I couldn't promise you that, but I'll promise
私
you
は
now.
シャルティアを倒
We
して
both understand I'm lying.
この地に再び戻る。
Alright, he's gone from I'll kill her to I will defeat her and bring her back.
Well, we already planned on resurrecting her. That's why we looked at the gold.
Yeah, but the tone of it has shifted. And thinking at least on the what you were saying about like, well, we coded it in. All the NPCs here are very aware that they have been specifically engineered to be exactly the way they are. And without it being specifically coded in that they should like it, they like the fact that they have been created exactly how they are. So, I mean, even though like he clearly manipulated the code of somebody else's creation, they're just like, no, yeah, no, that's fine. You're a supreme being. We like it. Their sycophant, their ability to be sycophants is above and beyond anything else that could possibly exist.
I don't know that he ever expresses to Shaltir that he messed with her code.
I'm not sure either if that ever happens.
I mean,
or maybe it already did and it passed by so quickly.
I don't know if they'd be okay with that. Man, obviously they love him for being one of the creators. But at the same time, each one of them loves their original creator more. It's just he's the only one left. If there was two of them left, I could see it turning into some civil war situation. So like, no, this one's better, that one's better.
Ah, there it is.
Which that isn't even true. Shaltir is not the strongest of the Guardians.
Well, that's what he's gonna tell us. He's gotta hype it up a little bit.
Albedo is the strongest of the Guardians. That's even tracked.
I think more specifically, he's indicated that she is combat optimized, which is kind of the greater concern. Not that she is outright the most powerful ever, but he's not as combat optimized.
I'm pretty sure that in the manga, Albedo has a sister, and they are comparatively stronger than anybody else.
Huh. And I don't remember that ever showing up. Is that just like an express change they made like with the anime here?
Yeah, it's not in the anime, it's only in the manga. Or the light novels.
That makes sense.
There was a, back when we got up to like season 2 or so, there was a YouTube channel that would specifically cover the difference between the manga and the anime for a bunch of shows. I think I specifically watched it more for Shield Hero. But yeah, no, they would cover things like that. And that was one of the things that Albedo has a sister in the manga.
I remember watching a couple videos like that before, and it's always fun to see the differences, right?
Well, that's where I got my knowledge of other players being sent into this world at different time periods.
Right, because it probably drops more backstory earlier.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or I think that's more specifically in the light novels and not the manga.
But up next here, we definitely have the fight, and I think as you expressed, it's going to be 2 episodes, so it's going to be... So for 4 episodes, this arc is definitely going very fast compared to literally everything else that's happened so far, right?
Right. Well, I mean,
think
because we've hit a speed up ramp, and then when we hit next season, we're going to really slow down again.
Right, yeah, and when it speeds up, when they're like really putting out like all the characterization moments, like all the talking down in the vault is like, it is really good. And then followed up with 2 episodes of good action. I mean, that's kind of like what we want to see more when we go forward in Overlord, for sure.
Well, I mean, the vault was our emotional context because if you...
Yeah.
We had the previous scene with... God, what's his name? Starts with a D. The guy who can control people with his voice. Demiurge.
Right.
We had Demiurge talking to the long-term plan of Ainz having a child, and then that future child leading them. Because, we're here to be servants to some sort of creator being.
And they may as well make more of them.
And then down in the vault, Ainz indicating to his eventual, I'm not going to be here forever. Which I don't know if he's indicating towards, I'm going to get back to reality or I could just die at some point.
I think it was probably indicating two things. One, the casual nature of it was definitely like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna like leave at some point and or die, and he's not really thinking heavily about it. And the other implication is obviously if he goes and fights Shaltir, he is worried that he will die literally right there.
Oh no, I meant towards the indication of that's where my statue is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That thing, because that's not he's not indicating towards
that.
Shaltir when he mentions that. That's just a long term. I made all these statues of my other friends who stopped playing the game, and that's where I'm gonna be when I stop playing the game. You know, it doesn't seem like an in-world thought. It feels more like a MMO player thought.
Right, yeah. Let's see, but it's all that emotional context, right? The emotional context episode that makes the fight that happens next actually matter and not just like fun spectacle, right? If we didn't have the stakes in it, there'd be no point to it.
I don't know.
Or it would just be kind of shonen.
I don't think there are many stakes when it comes to that fight. Like, Albedo's tears and pleas don't really follow much into what the fight's about. I mean, at best you have Heinz's weird promise to come back, even though a minute before he said he didn't know he'd come back.
Right.
So none of that really follows.
I think some of that comes from actually emotionally caring about someone and trying to reassure them.
But he can't have emotions because he's not dead.
He can still think about it and think about the correct thing to do.
Anyway, I don't think any of that follows through to the fight because the fight just turns into a fight.
Right. Well, we'll see when the fight happens. We do at least know what's at stake, and it should be fun to watch.
And we know there's another season after this, so we know he doesn't lose.
Right.
Literally,
there's quite a few seasons after this.
Yeah, I just want to counter you. We know what the stakes are comment because we know there are none. Because we know there's another season.
Right. Again, I mean, it's the conceit of like all narratives. Like the person you're following and reading about will last until the end of the book, presumably.
I mean, not always. I mean, there's been
not always, but the conceit is that we should expect the hero to still be around for the story that they're about.
Typically, you could have an anime or a story with a larger ensemble. You could have, good example, the Mars trilogy. Red Mars is the first book of that trilogy, and your main point of view, your main character, is a character named John Boone. Who dies near the end of the very first book. Yeah. You would believe him to be the main character. But after he dies, the lesser ensemble cast all become main characters.
Right.
And they carry on the next 3 to 4 books. So
yeah. But yeah, no, it's a good point.
It's entirely possible that we could see Heinz die here at the end.
I'm wondering now.
The Floor Guardians become the main characters and then carry on the story.
Right, that's like the hypothetical Overlord that was not to be, right? Ainz dies, now the NPCs, inspired by his actions and tactics, decide to try to take up emulating him and just go do their own thing. And now it's about this crew that we've been introduced to, that now we have their drama because their world has been turned upside down. I think that could definitely work as a premise, right?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody must have done it at some point in some anime.
Oh, absolutely. But before we start writing our own anime, I think that's going to be it for Overlord today. So, everybody, I've been Griffin, that's Theta, and this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?